In a groundbreaking move, the US government takes on tech giant Apple in an antitrust lawsuit. But what does this mean for the rapidly evolving tech industry? Let's delve into this legal tangle that's set to redefine the tech landscape. The lawsuit is a bold gesture, signaling the government's intent to keep tech monopolies in check. It's a story that echoes the Microsoft case of the 90s, but don't be fooled. The stage is entirely different this time. Legal experts are buzzing with analyses and predictions. The smartphone market of today, they argue, is a far cry from the desktop software landscape of yesteryears. Apple's reign extends beyond the device in your hand. It controls the very apps you can use and how they innovate. This dominance presents a new set of challenges for antitrust enforcement. In response, the Department of Justice accuses Apple of monopolizing the smartphone market, citing restrictions on app developers and consumer choice. Apple defends its practices, emphasizing its right to design products and contract with partners as it sees fit. But how does Apple's market share compare to Microsoft's dominance in the 90s? Apple has always held its ground, asserting that its closed ecosystem is not a monopolistic practice, but a strategic business model. They argue that the restrictions they place on developers are necessary to maintain the quality of apps on their platform, ensuring a seamless and secure user experience. Their defense hinges on the principle that a company has the right to determine how its products are designed and used. But let's talk numbers and take a trip down memory lane. In the late 90s, Microsoft's Windows operating system held sway over 90% of the desktop market, a staggering figure that led to their landmark antitrust case. Fast forward to today, and Apple's position in the smartphone market paints a different picture. Though Apple's iPhone holds a significant chunk of the market, it's not the only player on the field. Android, led by tech titan Samsung and a host of other manufacturers, commands an impressive share of the global smartphone market. The competition is fierce, and the landscape is far from a one-horse race. So, what does this mean for the Department of Justice's case against Apple? The experts weigh in. They suggest that the DOJ's challenge is tougher than it was against Microsoft due to the competitive nature of today's smartphone market. The presence of a strong competitor in Android complicates the allegation of monopolistic practices. It's a chess game in the tech industry, with each player strategically positioning their pieces. The DOJ's move against Apple is bold and significant, marking another chapter in the ongoing saga of tech giants under the antitrust microscope. While Apple commands a significant share, Android remains a formidable competitor on the global stage. In this high-stakes game, the outcome is far from certain, and the repercussions will ripple through the tech world, potentially reshaping the industry's landscape. And as always, we'll be here to keep you informed and decipher the technical jargon into digestible insights. Stay tuned. Previous cases, like Epic Games versus Apple, shed light on user loyalty and competition dynamics. Epic Games, the creator of the popular Fortnite game, took Apple to court over the latter's control of the App Store. Epic argued that Apple's 30% commission on in-app purchases was excessive and unjust. The court's verdict: a mixed bag. Apple was not declared a monopoly, but it was ordered to loosen its grip on in-app payment methods. In a similar vein, Spotify lodged a complaint with the European Union, claiming Apple's control of the App Store stifled competition. This case is still ongoing, but it adds to the mounting pressure on Apple. These cases, while not identical to the current antitrust lawsuit, offer important insights. They highlight the tension between Apple's control of its ecosystem and the desire for fair competition. They also underscore the loyalty of Apple's user base, who value the convenience and security of the App Store. So, what could the implications be for the future? Well, the outcome of the current antitrust lawsuit could set a precedent for how tech giants are allowed to operate. If Apple is found guilty of monopolistic practices, it could lead to more competition and choice for consumers, but it could also disrupt the user experience that Apple has carefully cultivated. Experts are divided on the potential impact. Some argue that breaking up Apple's hold on the App Store could lead to a proliferation of inferior apps and compromise user security. Others contend that it would stimulate innovation and benefit consumers in the long run. Regardless of the outcome, this lawsuit signifies a pivotal moment in the tech industry. It signals a growing scrutiny of big tech and their business practices. It could catalyze a shift towards more regulation and a new era of competition. As the legal battle unfolds, the tech world braces for potential shifts in market dynamics and regulation. One thing is for sure, the ripple effects of this lawsuit will be felt far and wide, shaping the future of the tech landscape.